On today's tutorial, we'll see geoprocessing tools in QGIS. So first thing you need is load your QGIS. Then after your QGIS has loaded, here at the top of your menu bar, you will see vector. And here below, you'll see geoprocessing tools. So here are the list of geoprocessing tools, and today we'll see each one of these tools and their functions. So before we dive in, let's have our dataset. So I'll browse and find my dataset that I'll use for today's tutorial. I have stored them in the desktop. Here I have my dataset. So I have this data. Okay, so here are my data. There's waterways, points, loads, and word shapefiles. To perform clip, go ahead to the attribute toolbar and select this selection tool. Then here select one word. So for instance, I select Como. Then I will export this selected feature. Then I'll save it as Como. Then here make sure you click save only selected feature. Then here I have my Como word. So in order to perform clip, I will uncheck word and remain with load data. So I will want to clip loads in Como. So go ahead to vector and here geoprocessing tools, then clip. Here in the input layer select the loads, and here in the output select Como, then click run. So from there you will see this clip file. So uncheck and you'll see you have already performed clip. So you have loads in Como. So in order to perform convex hull, go to vector. Here in the geoprocessing tools, select convex hull, and the input layer select the clipped loads. Then click run and close this. So we'll see the convex hulls or convex envelopes enclosing the loads. So let's try zooming in here. So convex hull has a lot of applications, and for instance in risk sets of randomized decision rules. In order to perform difference, check words and points. So here at the vector, go ahead to geoprocessing and difference. Then in the input layer, we select points, for instance. And in the overlay layer, we select one word of among these four. So I exported Como. So I have here Como shapefile. Then I will try creating a difference. Then here I have the points that are not in Como. So there will appear points in other words, but the points in Como will be deleted. Perform dissolve. So go ahead to vector and your processing tools. Here you'll see dissolve. And what we'll do is remove the boundaries between these words. So here in the input layer, select words and click run. So if you come to your output, here you have dissolve layer, and you can see that there are no boundaries between these words. So this is a collective tool that makes you sum up the data set or the layers that you're dealing with in your study. So we'll see some of geoprocessing tools at once. Here we have intersection, symmetrical difference, and union. So in order to perform this, I'll go ahead to my dataset. Here I have two types of dataset. So here I have Dumi soils, so it's a soil data, and here I have land use data. So in this case, I will start performing intersection. So go ahead to vector. Here in the geoprocessing tools, select intersection. So the input layer is Dumi soil, and the overlay layer I select Dumi land use. Then click run, then close. So here you have the layer that is intersected between the Dumi soil and the land use and land cover. So I'll go ahead and perform another tool, geoprocessing tool. So here is a symmetrical difference. I go ahead to the input layer, I select the same is soil and the Dumi land use, then I click run. If I close this and then check this, so this is a symmetrical difference between the Dumi soil and the land use, land cover data. So lastly, I'll check another geoprocessing tool, that is union. So here I'll select soil, Dumi soil, and the overlay I'll select Dumi land use. So in this case, I'll go ahead and click run. Then here we have the union between the Dumi soil data and the land use, land cover data.